The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. Summaries of Chapter 20 to 23. Chapter 20. Concerning whether fortresses and many other expedients that princes commonly employ are useful or not. Historically, new princes never prevented their subjects from having weapons. Arming subjects fosters loyalty and defends the prince. Disarming breeds distrust, which leads to civil animosity. However, if the prince annexes a state, he must disarm the new subjects. The prince become great by defeating opposition. One way the princes enhance their stature is to cunningly foster opposition that can be easily overcome. Fostering subversion also help reveal the motives of potential conspirators. A fortress will not be able to protect the prince if he is hated by his subjects. Chapter 21. Concerning what a prince must to be esteemed. Great enterprises and noble gestures are two ways the princier prestige. Nobility can be achieved by grand public display of rewards and punishments. Above all, the prince should earn a reputation for outstanding ability. The prince also wins prestige by declaring himself an ally of one side of a conflict. Neutrality results in alienation. The victor sees the neutral prince as a doubtful friend. The loser sees the neutral prince as weak coward. Someone not your friend will always request that you remain neutral, while a true friend asks for armed support. If the prince is stronger than either opponent, an alliance means the destruction of one side. If possible, the prince should avoid siding with an ally whose power is greater than his. Victory put the prince at the mercy of that ally. The prince should encourage his citizens to excel in their occupations and live in peace. The prince rewards those who contribute to the state, which may include annual citywide festivals and personal visits to guilds and family groups. Chapter 22. Concerning the prince's ministers. There are three types of intellect that men can possess. 1. Ability to understand things independently, 2. Ability to appreciate another person's ability to understand things, and 3. Ability to do neither. Minister selection is a critical task. Wise and loyal ministers contribute to image of a wise prince. Inversely, incompetent and disloyal ministers give an image of incompetence. Good ministers should be rewarded to maintain loyalty. Chapter 23. How to avoid flatterers. Flatterers present a danger because it is natural for powerful men to become self-absorbed. Best to convince any potential flatterer that you are not offended by the truth. If everyone can speak to the prince will lose respect. The prince should allow only wise advisors to speak with him and only when he specifically requests. The prince should not listen to anyone and be firm in his decisions. Vacillation leads to loss of respect. The prince must always seek advice, but only when he wants it, not when others thrust it upon him. The prince must always be skeptical about advice received. Should the prince discover someone conceals truth from him, he must punish the concealer severely. Wise princes will be honored for good decision proceeding from good advice. Analysis of Chapter 20 to 23. The prince must avoid hatred and suppress opposition before it gains momentum. Fortresses can either be worthwhile or worthless as the attitude of the people outweighs the value of any physical structure. It is of utmost importance for the prince to appear honorable and wise. This goal is achieved partly through selecting loyal and competent staff. Appearing virtuous, generous, benevolent, pious is desirable but not necessary. However, appearing honorable and sagacious is crucial. Generosity is undesirable because it wastes capital resources. Decisiveness is desirable because it breeds respect. The prince must possess independent intellect to succeed. The prince cannot simply rely on advisors. Machiavelli alluded the possibility of a common man becoming a prince through the study of warcraft and through practical experience. In this view, Machiavelli's view of politics as more meritocratic than aristocratic.